Facebook, on Instagram is prairie_scraps. And then TikTok, Prairie Scraps Chalkin. So that's me in all the places. You know what to do. Go join, do all the things. Sprinkle the love for me and help me out, because everything you do, like commenting and all that kind of thing, those things help me get to the top. So if you're watching right now and you see that red live button, I'm trying to do it right there. I can't do it on this one because I could turn that one around. I cannot figure it out on YouTube. So if somebody knows how, message me. If you see that red button, you are watching me live. If not, and you're watching on the replay, that's okay. I watch a lot of things on the replay, right? Because I want to get things but sometimes I don't have time when it actually is live. So I love that you are here. If you're watching it not so live, just put hashtag replay so I know you watched it. Hey, Stephanie, thank you for joining me. Today, I need to take a breath. It's Monday. Lots of fun on Monday, right? Yesterday, unbeknownst to me, so Saturday, we had a beautiful day, beautiful weather, 60s degree weather, did stuff outside, went around, looked at all my plants starting to pop up. I've got daffodils, got tulips. It's all kinds of fun. And yeah, so as we were going to bed on Saturday night, it was daylight savings time, so we were setting everything and trying to go to bed a little early. And I looked at my husband and said, oh, why am I having poor connection? That's not good. See if that helps me. Sorry. Hopefully this will reconnect here. But anyway, I was telling my husband as we went to bed, on Saturday night, we were going to bed, and I was like, I am just in a lot of pain. My leg is in pain. My joints were kind of hurting. My hands were hurting. Everything was hurting. So as I went to bed Saturday night, I was kind of complaining about all my aches and pains and thinking, I'm really old. I'm really, really old. And we woke up to over an inch of snow on Sunday morning. Not only was everything an hour early, but it was because of daylight savings time, which, by the way, who in the world cares about daylight savings time? Nobody. Why do we do that? But anyway, so not only was it an hour earlier that I had to get up and get going, but it was cold. Yes, I'm back. I'm sorry. Sometimes, I don't know why, I have hardwired internet right here in the camper from the house, and my phone doesn't always switch over. Actually, both my devices do not always switch over to that. Hey, Paula. To the trailer internet. I actually have 2 lines in the trailer that I can use for my stuff so that I don't go out normally, but sometimes I forget to check to see. It's supposed to go automatically, like to the best internet, and I don't know. It's dumb. So anyway, I was talking to somebody, brand new somebody, her name is Sue, in the Prairie Scraps Chalkin group today, and she was excited about doing inks. She does some of the Cricut. So Sue, if you're watching, say hey. I would love to hear you. Hey, Abby. Good to see you. But anyway, I was going through, I was trying to tag her on a video of doing, the only video I can find of doing ink on glass, on cups or anything, was a glass, like a glass mug that I had done quite a while back. So I thought I would do a Dollar Tree mug today. This is, I think, a great time to be making some Dollar Tree gifts for teachers. In fact, as I'm talking, we do have, I don't think this is our last concert, maybe. We do have concerts tonight. Band and choir concert tonight for the high school, tomorrow night for the middle school. So you know the places I'll be going. Can you make it not come off? Yes. Okay, so chalk on wood, it is washable for the most part. Unless you're scratching it, it is not going to come off. So like this one, like I can sit and scratch it, it's not going to come off for the most part. It's pretty permanent that way. If I were going to use this outdoors, or if I were going to sell it, I would clear coat it with just over the counter from the hardware store clear coat, whatever you find. It doesn't matter to me. I use off-brand kind, you know, like the Ace hardware kind to clear coat them. usually I sit and clear coat everything before I go to a craft fair to sell things, and that usually that helps keep it permanent, just because I don't want people to accidentally go by and scratch it off. But wood in particular, it's going to have a certain amount of absorbency. It's going to stay on there. Like I said, I can sit and scratch at this and it's not coming off. Sorry if you don't like scratching, but that's how, if you're worried about it, then I always clear coat if I'm worried about it. So, all right, so we're going to do a mug today. And so this one says, whatever you're thinking, think bigger. The other one, everybody loves this quote. It's from Dolly Parton. Pour yourself a cup of ambition. Should I do that? Maybe I should do that. I think that's been everybody's favorite. I tried to make one of these, whatever you're thinking, think bigger. And I like to make it so that when I'm doing mugs, and I may be totally wrong, so tell me what you do if you've done mugs before. But for mugs, I will look at it like if you're right-handed, so it would be different for a left-hander, right? So, right, left, right? For a right-hander, I put it, and I think you want the words to be on the outside so somebody else can read while you're holding your mug. If you want it to be the other way, then do it on the side. Really, there's no right or wrong way. Oh, does Mod Podge work the same? It will, but some Mod Podges are water soluble. Does that make sense? You want to get a permanent Mod Podge if you use that for a clear coat. I personally like the spray clear coat. I have a little area outside. I just throw it down. We have pallets out for doing wood, and I just I do a couple projects at a time. I throw them down, spray them. Otherwise, if it's for my own house and I know nobody's going to be touching it, and I'm worried, if I'm worried about it, I might go ahead and clear coat it. But for my own purposes, I don't usually clear coat it. I usually just leave them. That's just how it is. Maybe I'm lazy. I also think, either way, a wood project, you could always sand it down and re-change it, whether you clear coated it or not. It's just a question of, I like to clear coat outdoor wood projects because you want them to be protected from the weather. But not, I have, my mailbox outside has chalk couture. It has a truck on it, says welcome on it. And I use chalk on it outside. It's right outside my door. It's in all the weathers. It has had snow on it. I did it last spring. There's not a drop of chalk couture that has come off or run. So, as far as water goes, it's just not going to happen. I'm just putting this on here. Maybe I should have done this ahead of time so you don't have to sit and watch me. But the hard thing about doing glasses with the transfers is, see all those wrinkles that happen when you're doing it? Let's see if I can get it. There you go. So see all those wrinkles? Because it's a rounded surface, you want to make sure that your lettering is not getting any of the rumples or the wrinkles or anything underneath it, because you don't want it to leak underneath. The cool thing about doing glass with ink is that it's very forgiving. If you mess it up, you can just wipe it off. Or I can wait till it's dry for 24 hours and scrape it off. In fact, that's what I did on this mug. This mug actually had this exact thing on it. This exact transfer. I did it for a video on TikTok. And I set it on the table to go get into the oven and forgot, because the kids shoved everything together on the table. I didn't see it was there to be, because once you do ink on glass, you do want to bake it to get it permanent. So anyway, I took it in the house to bake it, and the kids kind of shoved it with a bunch of stuff. I didn't see it, and anyway, it had scratched off before I even got it baked. So I just went with a magic eraser, erased it off, took it all off, and we're starting over. Same thing. It's not, no big deal. Just gives me an opportunity to try it again, right? So that's why I'm sticking with this one. I'm going to use ink. Our ink is permanent. It is permanent. But like I said, on glass, it's not very permanent until you heat set it. So you can either heat set it in one of those. So here I've got it pretty much I'm going to be very cautious when I do this, but I'm going to be using, you just want to heat set it either with one of those mug things from the Cricut. Yes, I will bake it because I don't have one of those fancy mug bakers from Cricut, you know, one of the heat setters. I just have my oven. So I'll put it in the oven on a tray, set, and then turn on the oven to 350. When it hits the heat, when it gets to 350, then I'll hit the timer for 30 minutes and bake it for 30 minutes. And then when it's done at 30 minutes, I'll turn it off and I'll leave it sit in the oven overnight. So that's how you bake it to heat set it. And it does say it's dishwasher safe and, you know, heat safe. But I like to hand wash them because I think, you know, especially with these Dollar Tree mugs, they might come off. So I'm just saying it might happen. It might come off. But anyway, we're going to just go ahead and put this on here. Just with a squeegee, we're just going to squeegee it on. This is Cadet. This is one of the colors. Sue was saying she went on and of course the colors she wanted weren't available. So patience. She's all excited to make a mug or some cups or something with ink. And unfortunately the color she wanted was out, but Cadet is in. I love this blue color. It's nice, kind of like a royal blue, I would say. And so I'm going to put it on and just make sure I get it in all the spots and then go ahead and put anything that I don't use right back into the container. Very little use. With inks, you hardly use anything. I promise you, it like will go so far. I would use this on t-shirts. You can use it on t-shirts and then heat set the t-shirts with an iron and parchment paper between it. Okay, so here we go. Here's the fun, the best part. Oh yeah, I know. Oh, okay. Oh, you put it in the dishwasher. Okay, so Abby said she puts the mug in the dishwasher. Personally, I haven't. Ooh, this one's smeared. Smear, smear, smear. Do you see that? It kind of smeared. So what I'll do is I'll let it dry and then I'll just kind of, oof, this one's bad. Do you see that? One of two things. I could totally wash this off. Do you see how smeary this one looks? I'm not exactly sure why. Maybe my ink is a little liquidy. Not sure. Maybe I just am not paying attention. Maybe I had too many little bubbles underneath it. And that could be because I wasn't being very careful. Ink is permanent, so don't get it on your clothing because it will be permanent on your clothing if you do not get it out right away. And I will just, like one of the Tide pens works. Oh, well, that's good to know. I must have, sometimes I think, you know, a little caution. I don't know. What do you guys think? I think I'm going to start over. I think that's like way too much fixing. Way too much fixing for me, for my taste. Oh boy, we're making a mess. And I don't like to make, like I try very hard not to get ink on anything because I just do not want to make the mess. So we're starting over. There it is. It's easy enough to start over. I could have sat there, let it dry, and then I could use one of our tools and kind of scratch off the spots that were smeared. But I think I'm just gonna, it's easier to start over. We'll try it again. See what happens, right? Okay, well, it's down to the pour yourself a cup of ambition, right? I don't know. I did these before. They turned out fine. So maybe I'm just rushing too much today. I don't know. Who knows? Try this again. I do see Dollar Tree, like when you're getting Dollar Tree, do you see that little bump right there and this stain? I cannot get those out. So there's this little bump. And I think that was part of the issue. Not all of it. Clearly, I have some issues. So I'm going to try to, I don't know. Whoops. My cup moved. Try that again. Usually they're pretty easy. They go pretty quickly. The other thing I've done a lot of, their glass. You could do wine glasses. You could do, you know, anything that has glass. And that you could put in the oven. You can also do those like metal camping mugs. Those are really cute because those can go in the oven. Okay, trying to get this down without any bubbles. Because I think I wasn't very good about it last time. I think I just kind of left them. So, and you could like the other thing too, if you're finding that you're having a bunch of like problems with it, you could also like do a portion of it and then lay a different area down so you don't have so many bubbles in it. The biggest thing is you just don't want to have the bubbles near your letters. So sometimes it takes a few tries to just put it down, pick it up, put it down, pick it up. It does sometimes get little folds into your transfer, but it's a silk reusable transfer. So like I said, I'll just take that in the house, I'll wash it off. The ink comes off the transfer really super easy. Oh yeah, and ink on t-shirts is amazing. If you've ever had vinyl like come off your t-shirt, how frustrating is that to pay money for a neat t-shirt and it comes off? Now granted, I don't like to do all the lettering. I don't like to line it up. So, hey Elizabeth, good to see you. We need to do a party. We need to have a craft night. Let me know. I've been doing them here, but I'm happy to come out to you if you want to host a craft night. I'm more than happy to do that. Maybe not across the United States if you're from somewhere else than Idaho area. So anyway, I just placed an order for my business cards. I am, for pinners, I ordered 100 business cards originally when I first decided to do Chalk Couture, and I have blown through 100 cards. Like I send them in every single thank you note I send out, and I also put them in all my bags at the holiday sales. You can see a little lift there. Ugh, this is not easy. All right, I'm trying to do a really good job here. And so anyway, I have totally blown through 100 business cards. I only have like a handful left. And so I'm going to do this pinners, and like the VIP, like we're allowed to give out our own business cards at pinners. I'm working the company booth with 7 other people, and we're allowed to give out our business cards. So, and that's one way that we can get people, you know, to us afterwards. It's down in Boise. And so anyway, there's like 250 VIP tickets that are already sold out for pinners, which is amazing. So I'm thinking, okay, so this is a 2-day like pinners thing, crafting thing with classes going all day long and working in the booth and all that kind of stuff. And so anyway, I'm thinking 100 is not enough. So I was thinking 500, but then when I was going to check out, I'm like, do I need 1,000? Because 250 are VIPs, and not that I'll talk to every single one of them, because there are 8 of us, but still, I want to make sure I don't run out of business cards to give out to people, right? So anyway, I asked the other Chalk Couture ladies, like, what are y'all bringing for, how many are you bringing? And one lady said, a handful. So I was like, oh, maybe I'm thinking too many. Maybe I'm thinking too many, I don't know. I ordered 500. That was what I ordered. So, okay, here we go. We're going to try this. I think I'm just going to go from the top this time, because I did from the bottom, and I wonder if it's smeared. If 2 strikes, I'm out, maybe. I don't know. Maybe this mug is not meant to be. Oh, this one looks much better, for sure. It still is kind of, maybe the ink is a little bit liquidy, more so than the rest. That could be it. Because I remember I had just a little bit of leakage. Could be a combination. This is a pretty, so I do have a little bit of smearage on there, but like I said, I'll let it totally dry, and then all I'll have to do is just scrape it off before I bake it to set it. But that's how easy it is. Seriously, like it is so easy. It says pour yourself a cup of ambition, and it's Dolly Parton. I know that one spot that moved in the middle there, that is that bump in the cup. But that's something you won't even notice. So when you're picking out mugs, make sure that you pick something out that looks really decent. Apparently I didn't check this one. But just to give you an idea of what I'll do is I'll use one of our tools and I'll just go in and be able to scrape that off. So like I said, it works better when it's dry because it just sort of scrapes off, and it won't not do that after you heat set it. So, and we heat set, you can use ink. You want to use chalk on like wood, anything temporary because it's washable. But then you can use ink on anything like glass, metal, anything you could put in the oven or use an iron on it. So we like to do baseball caps. This is working all right. I'm nervous because, you know, it's wet. And you know what a messy crafter I am. So if I could do this, you can definitely do this. And I've done my fair share. I remember back like 3 years ago when I first started doing ink things. My black ink, the black ink for whatever reason, hi Cindy, comes really liquidy. And so whenever I would do mugs or, you know, trivets, ceramic trivets or anything like that, it would always have kind of these smearies on it. So I think it's like a consistency thing for me for this. But anyway, there it is. That is the mug. I think it looks pretty cute. I'll be doing some scraping on it once it dries. I will leave it alone now. But like I said, I think it's a consistency in the ink, and as it gets older, it does get, it comes off easier. This I will just wash off. It comes right off. It might stain my transfer a little bit, which is fine. And like I said, it's because it's very slippery surface that it's kind of scraping off now. But once you heat set it, should be okay. Should be dishwasher safe, microwave safe. It is food safe because it's set in. And you know what? This ink has no like smells to it. It's non-toxic. So anyway, let me know what you think, and thank you for joining me. Make sure you do all the things, join, subscribe, you know, do all that kind of stuff. Comment, whatever, that all helps me out my business. If you want a link to ink, put ink link down below and I will try to get that to you. If you're on YouTube, please just find me on Facebook on Prairie Scraps Chalkin. It seems to be super hard to do messaging on YouTube. I don't know why, because I definitely want to help you if you need help. You could check my website. I will put the link down in the YouTube description so that you could go right to my website to get the ink. So there it is. Thanks so much for joining me tonight, and have a great night. Keep on crafting.